little chickadees. Morgan Strong Comic here for round 7, or the 7 matchup for Disney Couples Reshuffled. Again, you guys should know what it is by now. We have 2 more couples to talk about before we get down to the final 4, where Dan and I will do recordings together to see which couple, or fictional reshuffled Disney couple, is the best. I want to get started right away on this one because this will probably be my longest video. I know my other videos are long, but this one I have to dedicate it to somebody. My prince in this one. I've always felt bad for this prince. He doesn't get love. He doesn't get information. I started digging really deep for the research and him just fascinated. So there's probably just more research to him. I'm not sure it pertains to his princess as much as it should. It still will. But I wanted to dedicate this video to him because he needs a lot of love. And we're going to give it to him. We're going to give you guys the information you need for this prince so he won't be in the shadows anymore. Alright, so let's get started. So for team hashtag MPP Morgan, Moon Panda Power Morgan, match 7, we have the Love is an Open Door, little red-haired cutie, Anna, from the most recent Disney film with the princess, the 2013 Slam-A-Rama Jam that all my kindergartners go, for, from Frozen. So I have Princess Anna, and she is paired with the oldest in the franchise Disney prince. We have, the last time I'm going to say his name this way, the Prince, or Prince Florian, as a lot of people on the internet know him as, from the 1937 original Disney animated film Snow White. So we have the newest Disney film princess with the oldest classic Disney film prince, which is really cool. Not trying to do Frozen punch. I'm going to let that go. Cricket silence. Okay, so we're going to talk about Anna first, because it's Anna, and everybody's like, oh, Frozen, probably right now. So here we go. Anna. Anna's name, the way it's spelled, Anna, but they say Anna from her region, means grace, which is cute because she's really clumsy, but I think it's cute. Her name was almost Greta, which means pearl, and it would have been close to Hans Christian Andersen's character that she is based on. The character in Hans Christian Andersen's film she's based on, her name means protected, so that really fits. Anna's name being Grace is cute because she's clumsy. I know also, like an anime, Toru Honda from Fruits Basket's one of my favorites. She's named Toru, which is a very masculine name, though she's a very delicate girl, because her dad thought it would bring out the feminine side in her. It's just a very unique clash. And I mean, that works sometimes. Greta means pearl. Pearl makes sense. They're rich, snowy area. And then the original character means protected. And protected is what Anna definitely is in the film. So all those things fit. Anna wears greens and pinks, colors that represent spring and summer. Her birthday is even on the summer solstice. So she's very springy, warm. That's why she's kind of like the sunlight. A lot of the memes I see, she is the representation of summer. And I think Rapunzel's spring, Meriadoc fall, and Elsa's, of course, winter. That's what I see in a lot of memes. So summer solstice birthday. Summer solstice birthday. That's weird to say. Anna is a very romantic young lady at heart. And always has been wanting to fall in love at first sight. I mean, she reads all the time. So, her and her prince should fall in love just fine. So the Snow White prince, he sees Snow White for the first time. Kind of staple for classic Disney princes, like the Prince from Cinderella and Philip too. First sight, fall in love. That's what Anna wants. Good to go. Alright, he's good. She has been confined in her castle for years, unsure why, but accepting of it for her family, despite how bored she is. Not only does it show how low she is to her family, Elsa, and her crown, but also her desire to be free. The prince from Snow White, or Florian, who just travels on horse at a whim, it seems, we only see him 2 times in the film, would be a ticket for adventure for Anna. So he just kind of, if he meets her like he meets Snow White out like by the well or in the garden. One, I don't know how he got in the gates, but, he's a prince, who cares? He can just be like, I just ride on my horse aimlessly all the time. Want to come with me? Yeah! Adventure! Yay! I've been in this castle. I don't know why, but, whatever. Because Anna's very realistic and bubbly and carefree, so there you go. Sometimes you just need that ticket. Anna is a normal girl which I think is why a lot of young women connect with her. She's klutzy, impulsive, a fighter. Such as when she throws the snowballs at the marshmallow monster. It's not nice to throw snow, people! And then Kristoff tries to stop her and she throws it anyway. Typical kid. When she sets Kristoff's supplies on fire to stop the wolves. Good strategy. She should have been really careful, though. She's very naive at times from her lack of real worldly experiences, and she's not always ladylike, which is very unique for a princess, like stuffing chocolate in her face. I would do that too, but different for a princess. She can also protect herself with some cool self-defense, and I love how they really show that in ABC's Once Upon a Time, but that's supposed to be a few years after, the events are Frozen. Still, she is a good friend, very positive, very energetic, and full of faith in others. Very, very supportive, good cheerleader. Since she is the second princess and Elsa is now the queen, Anna can go off to marry another prince without worrying about her kingdom, and also forming an alliance. Yay, royal politics. So, Elsa's in charge. Elsa doesn't really have plans to get married. She's the queen, and apparently in her kingdom, she doesn't have to have a man to be married. That's awesome. So, Anna's second in line. So, if Anna got married, especially to the Prince in Snow White, she'd go to his kingdom, have her adventure, still kind of be a princess, but apparently he likes to travel, and they would form an alliance for marriage, and if she never needed Elsa, or Elsa needed her, it'd be a lot easier that way, because official royal politics. So, awesome! She could be with her love, she can be on her adventure, Elsa can rule her kingdom, not worried about hurting her. If this was before the ice power reveal. And a royal alliance would be formed to be good for both kingdoms. So there you go. Anna is playful in nature, showing her youth. Since Snow White is the youngest Disney princess and the prince fell for her right away, maybe he's into playful people. I don't know. Maybe he likes playful girls. Every man has their taste. Alright, so that's a little bit about Anna, because Anna is very well known, and I think that's things that make her, I guess, appealing to the prince. Now we're going to talk about the prince. He's the one I want to focus a lot of time on, because he's the one a lot of people don't know a lot about him. I think it's part of the reason I didn't enjoy the Snow White film very much growing up. It was okay. But, I mean, I understand that girls randomly fall in love with princes in movies. I understand that. That's just how fairy tales that aren't very grim are. But he really didn't have anything. I guess you're just grateful. Hey, you woke me up from my death sleep. There you go. But there's a lot of reasoning I didn't know behind the scenes with the prince. Why he's in it so little, why he doesn't have a name, etc. So I wanted to get that information out to you guys. And this is all for like the Disney archives, Disney Wiki, like actual sources. I did a lot of digging for these. So the prince, this is for you, bud. Okay. The prince does not have a proper name like the Disney Cinderella's prince, because he was meant to be such a minor character. However, the internet-rumored name Florian is officially used on one Disney media, a Disney on Ice show. That's it. And he's only on, I think half of the posters. I don't know if it was before or after, but they changed it, or it was changed to Florian. So that's how everybody said, his name is Florian. It's even on the Disney Wiki that his supposed name. Well, it's on an official licensed Disney event, so I guess they can't argue that logic, but that's fine. However, and this is what I'm going to start calling it from now on, at the Walt Disney Studio archives, they found official artwork and documentation when they were working on the film that states his name is Frederick. It doesn't say the prince's name on it, but every image that has just him, or in the script, on the side, in pen, they wrote Frederick. So that most likely is his name, or was his potential name. So I'm going to now call him Prince Frederick. And I like that name. There you go, Frederick. You officially have been found. I am going to discuss the Florian and Frederick name meanings though. Florian means flower. Okay, that's good for a prince, I guess. And Frederick means peaceful ruler. Both very fitting names. Anna and the prince both can ride horses. The prince's horse's name is Aster, by the way, which is a star constellation. And they are, of course, they know the pressures of being royal. royalty, legitimate heirs. That's good. They know the pressures of ruling the kingdom. Well, kind of. Actually, what kind of training did Anna have? I don't know. She seemed to play an awful lot. I know Elsa probably has some training. Or, well, I don't know. That's a good question. What kind of royal training they had, but whatever. So anyway, they know the pressures of being royal, and they can ride horses. He is the only Disney prince to serenade his love interest. Alright, Anna, you love your romance. He's gonna serenade you. Oh, every girl wants that. That's why I married a choir guy. Not that he does it, but that's why. Okay. He is the only prince in the official film never to deal with the villain, making him and Anna's fighting spirit a really cool gender-swapped concept. So Anna's the fighter, and the prince doesn't deal with the villain. So Anna almost married her villain. Whatever. But that'd be a really cool gender swap. I'm not saying he's a fearful guy. He could hold his own, because he does have a dagger. Doesn't take it out, but he does have a dagger on his side. But that'd be really cool, the really tough fighting girlfriend, and he's just kind of like, I'm going to let her go at it. Smart man. Okay, so here's his role, how it was originally going to be planned. It's kind of lengthy, but this is all officially on the Disney websites that I found. So here's the role he was going to have. It was originally planned that, jealous of the prince's affections for Snow White, the queen would have him brought to her, and she would have him locked in her dungeon. As the witch, she would have made the skeletons in the dungeon get up and dance. Oh, that would have been creepy. Ooh, I thought Snow White was creepy enough with the cackling old lady and the poison apple. She would have left the prince in the dungeon, and he was to escape in the matter of... He's supposed to escape in that matter, enabling him to reach Snow White and break the spell. I don't really know how he escaped. After escaping, the forest animals would tell him where to go. However, only the horse was to understand. However, again, causing the prince to take the long route and arrive too late to save Snow White. Okay, so I guess the animals are trying to talk to him, but only the prince understood, and he followed them and they went the wrong way, is what I'm assuming. This idea was abandoned when it was realized how difficult it would be to animate the prince. Anna and the prince have imprisonment in common if this was the case, because she was in prison in her own palace. He was in prison in the palace as well, in a dungeon. So they would have had that empathy again. Empathy equals connection. Dancing skeletons have been really dark, so it's kind of reminds me of Philip with Maleficent, to be honest. Maybe they kind of used some of those scrapped ideas for that. But Philip was supposed to have a more dramatic role, and the reason he only was at the beginning and the end, he was just too hard to animate at the time. Like, they tried to make him bigger. He had a bigger role, but he was just too hard to animate, and they had to scrap it. So then they're like, well, we'll make him a serious, but once the very beginning, once the very end. I see what they did there for mystery, and it totally worked. I mean, Snow White started everything with Disney films. I still wish he would have gotten a bigger role, though. Or maybe, like, if they did a sequel. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Both the prince and Anna have been affected by an act of true love. That's pretty big. He was the cause of Snow White, kissing her and waking her from the death sleep. And Anna received it from her sisterly affections and connection with Elsa. But they both know what acts of true love are and how the magic works. So that's pretty cool. I love this. Okay, I've got 2 more facts. This is another long one. But I love this. This is the comic book version. I really wish they would have animated this. And it is Disney licensed comics, so it's officially legit. So, in the comic book version, he was supposed to meet Snow White, kind of like in a very awkward way, that when Anna is around men, so there's another connection. Snow White made a dummy out of supplies of a prince, naming him Prince Buckethead. I can see lots of little kids cackling. Disney aims for little kids. And she sang and danced to him, not realizing the actual prince was behind Prince of Buckethead. Another stalker alert. Anyway, when the real prince emerges, she asked him startled, where he comes from. And he says, where I come from doesn't matter. The only thing that does matter is that I am here. As for my name, I like the one you gave me, Prince Buckethead. Though perhaps it is the most honest than flattering. wow, he's really in love. Very mysterious. Doesn't say where he's from. Doesn't say his real name. Just says, oh, your name is so honest, even though it's not very flattering, but that's the name I will take if that's, what thou wants. I'm sure there was a thou in there somewhere. Very stalkery. I'd be kind of scared, but it's funny. I think it's funny. This embarrasses Snow White, since she did not know he was hiding behind the dummy that she had named Prince Buckethead. Snow White being embarrassed would have been super cute. So, I think that would have been a really fun way to introduce them. Total girl side moment. Another reason I love Prince Frederick. Once upon a time, David. Oh, David. David's awesome. He is the counterpart to the prince in Snow White. Oh. And him and Anna, although he knows her as Joan from the painting, that's her alias. They met before in the show when David was still a shepherd. She taught him how to sword fight and stand up for himself. And without that, he would not be the fantastic princely leader he is for the series today. So, without Anna in that series, David, Frederick, I guess, would not be this great king. He would just be the scared little shepherd boy, letting little Bo Peep. I know that sounds bad, but she's got really creepy magical powers. If you watch the show, you'll understand. Bully him and his lovely mother. So, out of their, I guess their surplus, their livelihood. So, yeah. So, that's Prince Frederick and Anna. So, what did you think about the information with Prince Frederick with our very beloved, clumsy, realistic princess from the Frozen world? Oh, and their tagline is, I'm wishing for love behind the open door. I guess you can't be behind the open door, but that's okay. So, I'm wishing for love behind the open door. That was terrible, but oh well. Alright guys, so thank you very much for listening to this video. Hopefully you learned something about Prince Frederick, and we're going to call him, or the Prince or Prince Frederick from now on. He gets some love. He understands he's not meant to be such a minor character. And of course, we still love our Anna. Please vote for Frederick and Anna below. The link for the poll and everything you need is below. You have today and tomorrow for match 7. Again, my hashtag is #MPPMorgan. And we have one more matchup to go. And thanks for sticking with me, guys. I look forward to the final matchup, the results, and we'll see which couple will be crowned the fairest of them all. Okay, guys, I will see you for the final matchup. Okay, toodles.